खाली स्क्रीन लगा रखी है।
Hello everyone, welcome to today's video. In this video, I will be reviewing the Maybelline Age Rewind Concealer and showing you a 12-hour wear test. Without any further ado, let's start it. The product is the Maybelline Age Rewind Concealer, priced at $7.29 as per mention on its packaging. However, if you purchase it on Amazon during discount, you can get it for around 600 or even 500. Now let's talk about its claim. It's promised medium coverage, comfortable wear, a crease-free radiant finish and easy application. It's said to be user-friendly, iconic and easy to blend. Let's see if all these claims hold true during application. So yeah, I'm not big fan of concealers, but this one was highly hyped. I mean, it has outshone many good concealers, so I thought I should try it and see for myself. Since it's claimed to be crease free, I wanted to check if it is crease free or not. First, look at the swatch of this product. The shade I have in this concealer is 142 Butterscotch. I was confused between butterscotch and caramel because my skin tone leans more toward yellow and I thought caramel would be a better fit for me. But it appeared too yellow tone. I felt it might look a bit odd on my skin, so I decided to try butterscotch and it blends well with my skin tone. However, before applying this, I need to use a corrector because it can look a bit ashy on my skin if I don't. Once I apply the corrector, it's look much better and blends seamlessly. When I swatch it on my hand, the concealer blends well with my skin tone. However, the skin on our body and our face is quite different. So on my face, it might appear slightly ashy. I will show you how it's look on my face. The shade Butterscotch I think would be perfect for deeper skin tone, especially for Indian skin tones. And if you have an Indian skin tone, you can choose between Butterscotch or a caramel. Both will blend well. As for the other shade, I think they are the lighter, so they might not suit Indian skin tone as well. The packaging of the product is quite good. You twist it to dispense the product. However, if you twist it more than once or twice, the product collects on the cap and become very messy. After I purchased it, I used it just once and the product got all messy on the cap. I had cleaned it afterward. This is something I didn't like much because the product ends up all over the cap. The product is quite travel friendly, but even with one time use, the product can get very messy. It has a cushion tip so you can blend with it, but when too much product comes out, blending becomes difficult. You will be need a beauty blender, a finger or a brush to blend it properly. The tip is a cushion tip which is a very soft, however it attached to the product so it can't be removed. If it were removable, we could have washed the cushion tip, but since it not, we can't do that. You need to be careful not to press too hard under your eyes or to be rough with the cushion tip. If you pull or rub too much, the tip may come off and then everything will become messy. The product is quite travel friendly, easy to carry, and overall better for a daily use. The quantity is also quite good, so I think there is a no harm in investing it one time. In this video, the wear test I am going to show you will be done on my bare skin. I have not applied any foundation, just the concealer directly. And if you apply this without foundation, it doesn't look odd on your face, it's look normal. Some concealers can look weird when applied to the face, but in my shade it doesn't look awkward on my face. If you can't find your right shade, it might look a bit odd on your face, but if you choose the correct shade, it will blend perfectly with your skin. The shade I have is an exact match and it blends really well with my skin tone. And just to remind you again, the shade I have is a 142 Butterscotch, which is the most suited for brown skin tones. Now that I have given you all the details, let's move on to the application. First, I have applied under eye cream here because the hydration is a must and skin prep is a just and important before applying concealer. It's essential to apply eye cream before the concealer. If you don't have an eye cream, you can also apply any moisturizer. Applying moisturizer and eye cream also make it easier to blend the product. Blending the product become much easier. I have applied the eye cream and I will wait for a few seconds to set the eye cream, and then I apply the concealer. I applied the concealer on my highlighting points such as the under eye area, the corner of my nose, my chin, the center of my forehead, and also any dark spots I have. After applying the concealer, let it sit for a few seconds to set. If you blend it right away, you won't get the full coverage. So instead of blending directly, give it some time to set properly. I blended the concealer with the brush, but if you prefer, you can also use a beauty blender or your finger. If you are using a beauty blender, make sure it's damp, and if you are blending with a brush, you should not drag the brush, you should buff it. If you apply eye cream or a moisturizer first, blending will become much easier. If you apply the concealer directly, you might face some difficulty to blending it. As you can see, I have not applied any foundation before, and look how well it matched with my skin. The consistency of the concealer is creamy, so it is a very easy to blend. You can blend it with beauty blender as well as with finger. After blending, it doesn't look patchy at all, nor does it collect any lines. It blends very evenly. Now I will set the concealer on one side and leave the other side as it is without setting the concealer. After that, I will share the wear test to see how long it's last, whether it feel greasy or oxidized, and I will keep you updated with all those details. Here I have set my concealer with NYX Can't Stop Won't Stop Compact. I have not done baking, and on half of my face I have set the concealer, and while on the other half I have applied only the concealer. Here I have lightly set my concealer with a brush using a gentle strokes, and now I'm showing you close up. So far both sides look equal after application. I have set one side here, but so far my whole face look equal. The side with the setting powder and the side without setting powder both look same. Just to avoid any confusion, let me clarify, the right side I have not set and the left side I have set with the concealer. यहाँ पे जो कंसीलर अप्लाई किया था उसको मैंने सेट किया था, और यहाँ पे जो अप्लाई किया था उसको मैंने सेट नहीं किया था। यहाँ पे सिर्फ मैंने कंसीलर अप्लाई किया है, यहाँ पे मैंने इसको सेट किया है। सो अगर बात करें क्रीजिंग की, तो दोनों ही अभी तक टिके हुए हैं, दोनों साइड पे, मतलब अभी कोई भी क्रीजिंग नहीं है। बस ये वाला जो साइड है इसमें थोड़ा सा मुझे एक ग्लॉसी फिनिश मिल रहा है, क्योंकि मैंने यहाँ पे सेट नहीं किया था, और यहाँ पे मैंने अपने कंसीलर को सेट किया, तो यहाँ पे एक मेरे को मैटिफाइड लुक मिल रहा है। स्टिल इट्स फील लाइक सेम बोथ ऑन द साइड। ऐसा नहीं है यहाँ पे मुझे थोड़ा ग्रीसी या कुछ ऐसा फील हो रहा है, ऐसा कुछ भी नहीं है, दोनों साइड सेम है। और क्रीजिंग भी अभी तक नहीं हुई है, ये अभी मैंने 1 आवर हुआ है उसके बाद का ये मैंने वीडियो शूट किया। Up until now, the concealer is looking great, just like when I applied it freshly. It doesn't look patchy at all so far. If you look from distance, both sides look equally good. Both sides look the same to me right now, and I'm getting a very natural look. If you look from a distance, both sides look equally good. But if I talk about the right side, where I have not set the concealer, it feel a bit shiny. However, when I look at the other side together, they give a more matte finish. And so far, I don't see any creasing. Now I can see a slightly oxidation happening. It doesn't look as fresh. After 7 hours, it just start to oxidize, and there's a little creasing on my natural eyeline, but still it's look good. After 12 hours, it just start settle very slightly into my natural line. The product does oxidize because my first swatch which I applied at the start of the video has changed after the 5 hours. Now I am applying a fresh application. My experience with this concealer is that after 5 or 7 hours, it slightly settle into your natural lines. I didn't like the packaging as much because lot of product collect on the cap. Otherwise, it is worth buying, and thank you for watching.